Hello, and welcome to this quick run-through of Super SOM. I'm starting out here on the dashboard. As you can see, the Super Suggested Order Management dashboard shows you some key information about your inventory. For instance, what is the value? What is this month's sales? Gross profit, aged inventory, inventory turnover rate, GM ROI. As a quick note, if you mouse over the tooltip on each reporting item, it will remind you of the definition. It'll also show you your inventory mix by turnover rate, and it will show you what proportion of your inventory is taken up by slow moving, average moving, fast moving, obsolete, and aged inventory. It will also show you year-to-date gross profit comparison and growth and sales by product group, parts and accessories versus general merchandise. These stats are useful for making decisions, tracking your progress. Now let's move on to the actual suggested order process. The system has been analyzing all of your inventory, how many sales hits each part has received, how many purchased, when those were purchased, and it uses all of that information to come up with your suggested order. As I go to suggested order and all parts, I can see all of my vendors lined up. Let's choose BRP. This is a real live dealership in Kelowna, BC. All right, now you see the 22 recommended items, ranging from a safety lanyard to a tab lock to a belt drive, and you can see how many are sold, on order, and available, as well as how many the machine learning algorithm suggests for you. If I want to see why this item is recommended at 2 versus a different number, I can go right over here to this demand icon. As I select the demand icon, it'll show me my 30-day demand forecast. And obviously you can see how many it recommends you have in stock right now and how many you've sold over the years and in what part of the year. To change for any part, whether or not that part is affected by seasons, you can hit Settings. Then you can assign this part to one of your pre-set up seasons. Elsewhere in the settings, you can set up your seasons to start on one day, end on another day every year. During the season, you can set an in-season minimum, and then you can set temporary minimums and maximums anytime, as well as telling the system never to order this item again. Okay, let's move on. If I need to set up any exceptions, those will be flagged under the settings. That's where this dealership has set a manual minimum and maximum, 2 and 6. In general, they let the system do its work, but they intervene every now and then. That's real life, and the system allows that flexibility. Let's move on to part lookup. This makes it easy to look up any particular part, see its demand history, and make sure it's set the way you like. The reports in Super SOM are really useful. Included is top seller items. This is going to show you what your top selling items have been for a past quantity of time. You can also see useful reports like slow moving items, the history for the suggested orders, obsolete inventory, and inventory mix history. One of the newer reports that I really like is part sales history. This can provide some pretty useful analysis. It allows you to see exactly how many total sales hits you've had and then how many were sold. A hit means the part appeared on an invoice that was closed. The quantity sold means that's the total number you sold. So in this case of fuel, 38 invoices accounted for 533 units of fuel being sold. Anyway, this is a great analysis tool. There are a number of settings in which you can define your seasons. In this case, you can see winter SM accessories. Start day is the 1st, end month is February, end day is the 15th. I can change any of these or make them inactive. I can see part exceptions and user management. Overall, a very simple but a very powerful, intelligent system. Feel free to let me know any questions you have.